HubSpot just dropped their 2026 State of Marketing report where they survey over 1,500 different marketers. Here's what you need to know. Bottom line, the companies winning right now aren't the ones pumping out the most AI-generated content. They're the ones with a strong brand point of view, unified data, and honestly, good taste. So takeaway number one, AI made it insanely easy to create content. 71% of those surveyed said that AI made it much easier for them to generate content. But here's the problem. 52% of them said that because content's been so much easier to generate from AI, that it's so much harder for them to stand out. 53% say they're struggling to differentiate their content from other AI-generated content within the market. This is where I want to give you my honest take. If you're in B2B SaaS and you're using AI to generate a lot more volume when it comes to your content, so blog posts, webinars, whatever it may be, but you're generating a lot more content using AI, you're probably just contributing to this noise. I see this a lot in RevOps teams that I work with where they use AI to automate workflows and ramp up volume, but they skip the strategy piece. 63% of those surveyed said they need more unique, human-centered content. So the play isn't more content, it's more unique content with a distinct point of view. Okay, takeaway number two, 61% of those surveyed said that establishing your brand's taste and your brand point of view is a necessary component of a successful AI strategy. Now get this, 40% of teams still have not clearly defined or documented their unique value proposition. That's a huge gap. So if everyone has the same access to the same tools, the differentiator isn't the tools, it's what you feed them. Your positioning, your customer research, your value proposition, whatever data you can feed the tools is going to improve how you can utilize them. The report shows that 85% of those surveyed say they're revisiting their brand identity quarterly or annually now, which tells me that winning organizations are treating brand identity as a living, growing organism, not a one-time set it and forget it. And if you're in RevOps, this is important too. It's good to understand that your CRM data is not only supposed to be driving sales pipeline, but also your brand voice. Okay, takeaway number three, and this one is huge for anyone that relies on a lot of organic traffic. 49% of those surveyed agree that web traffic has decreased because of AI answers. However, 58% of those surveyed say that AI answers are generating much higher intent traffic. So fewer people are coming to your site, but those that are still coming are much more prepared to buy. This is one of the biggest shifts I see in this report. If you're still measuring success based on blog traffic, you're looking at the wrong metrics. The report also mentions AEO or answer engine optimization and how critical it is to have content on your site and other places or across the internet that then gets your brand cited by these LLMs such as ChatGPT or Perplexity. The marketers that figure out AEO here early in 2026 are going to have a good first mover's advantage, and those that are really keyed in are already doing this. From a RevOps people, this means your attribution models need to evolve. If AI referral traffic is converting 3 times better, your lead scoring needs to reflect that. Okay, takeaway number 4, short form video was the most highly used channel as well as the highest ROI channels in the report. It saw 104% more marketers naming it their most valuable channel compared to last year. TikTok usage among teams grew by 62%, and even LinkedIn saw a 36% increase in video views. And this is where the most teams plan to invest in 2026. And this is a great example of why I'm making this video. If you're in B2B and you're still writing blog posts, but you're not creating videos, while I think both are very valuable, if you're not creating any sort of video content, I think you're leaving money on the table. I'm not saying you need to start dancing on TikTok, but if you can create short form videos that communicate what you can do for your customers, it's really important that you do that. And I think it's definitely the move to be on platforms such as LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts and regular YouTube videos. Even LinkedIn Reels can be a great channel depending on your products or your services. The report also said that small businesses are 23% more likely to see ROI from blog posts. So while this data sort of contradicts each other, it really is highly specific and dependent on your business, your size, your customers. And when it gets down to it, as marketers, we know you just got to test things out and look at the data and let the data lead your decision making. Okay, last takeaway. 93% of those surveyed said that personalization improves purchases or leads. 93%. But it also showed that only 13% of those surveyed are doing hyper-personalization based on lookalike audiences and CRM data. And only 14% personalize at least half their content. There's a huge gap between knowing what's working and actually doing it. And this is where RevOps can become a growth engine, not just an operational function. The report showed that over half of those surveyed expressed that they don't even have access to their customers' shopping habits. And only 16% of those surveyed expressed that they know their customers' pain points. So if your CRM and data infrastructure isn't set up so that you can access this information, you're definitely leaving leaving money on the table here. Now, a cool finding here is when you rank channels by ROI, it's almost an exact match of personalization effectiveness. So the clear math here is that personalization equals higher ROI. So wrapping up here, the 5 things you should know from the HubSpot 2026 State of Marketing Report. AI made more content, but most of it's generic. You got to stand out with a human point of view. Your brand POV is now a competitive moat, not a nice to have. AI search is changing the game. Fewer visitors, but much higher intent. Short form video is currently the undisputed king of ROI. And lastly, personalization works, but almost nobody's doing it well, and that's your opportunity. The thread that ties all this together is that AI is a multiplier, not a replacement. The marketers that are going to win in 2026 are those that are using AI to amplify their brand voice, not replace it. I'll link the entire report down in the description, and if you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.